Finally, I just moved into a new apartment. It's spacious, modern, and has a nice view of the city. Wow, that sounds awesome! Congratulations! Thanks. So, where do you live now? I still live with my parents. You still live with your parents? How old are you, Bob? 12? No, Jack. I'm 28. 28? And you still live with your parents? Don't you have any ambition in life? Of course I do, Jack. But you know how hard it is to find a decent job these days. And the rent is so expensive. I earn $20 an hour, but I can't afford to move out. Come on, Bob. That's just an excuse. You're just lazy and afraid of responsibility. You need to grow up and be independent. It's not that easy, Jack. You don't understand my situation. What's there to understand? You're a grown man who still sleeps in his childhood bedroom. You probably still play with your toys and watch cartoons, right? That's not true, Jack. I have a job and I pay for my expenses. I just need some time to save enough money to move out. Some time? How much time do you need, Bob? Another decade? Another century? No, Jack. Just a few more months. Maybe a year at most. A year? Are you kidding me? By the time you move out, your parents will be in a nursing home. That's not funny, Jack. You're being very rude and insensitive. I'm sorry, Bob. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to help you. Help me? How are you helping me by mocking me and making me feel bad about myself? I'm helping you by giving you some tough love, Bob. You need a reality check. You need to face the facts and take action. What facts? What action? The facts that you're wasting your life by living with your parents. The action is that you need to find a better job, save some money, and move out as soon as possible. And how am I supposed to do that, Jack? Do you have any suggestions? Well, for starters, you could update your resume and apply for some new positions. Maybe look for something online or even abroad. Online or abroad? What kind of jobs are those? You know, like web design or teaching English or something like that. Web design, teaching English? Do you think I have the skills or qualifications for those jobs? Well, no, but you could learn them. There are plenty of online courses and tutorials that you could take. Online courses, tutorials. Do you think I have the time or money for those things? Well, no, but you could make them. You could cut down on your expenses and use your free time wisely. But I don't have any expenses or free time left after paying for my bills and working at my current job. You know, Bob, you remind me of one of those guys who always complain about everything, but always know better. Your current situation is the result of the life you're living, your habits, your thinking. Okay, smart Alec, what do you suggest I do to change my life? Well, you can start from small but clear goals. You could quit your dead-end job and try to find a better one, or heck, even start your own business. If I quit my job, I'll definitely keep living with my parents for years to come. And if I'm lucky, I'll find a decent job that'll pay me roughly as much as the current job is paying. So what's the point? You'll never know unless you try. Just remember, all successful people went through this at some point in time, including me. Yeah, easy for you to say. You got a well-paid job straight out of college. You know, a lot of people, including you, envy me because I have a nice job, a big apartment, and a fancy car. Instead of complaining, you should get out there and work until you make it. Oh, excuse me for a second, Bob. I need to check this message. It's from my boss. Sure, Jack. Go ahead. Oh, no, no, no! What's wrong, Jack? What does the message say? It says that I'm fired. You're fired? Why are you fired? It says that the company is downsizing and they have to let me go. That's terrible, Jack. I'm so sorry. What am I going to do, Bob? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay for my car insurance? What about my medical bills that are coming up? How am I going to survive? I don't know, Jack. I guess you'll have to figure this out on your own. Bob, can I ask you a favor? Sure, Jack. Go ahead. Can I move in with your parents too?
Hello, teacher. I've been trying to improve my English speaking skills, but I'm not sure where to start.
Hi there, I'm glad you're eager to improve your English speaking. Let me give you some tips that will help you become more fluent.
That would be really helpful, thank you.
First, make sure you're constantly exposing yourself to English. Watch English movies or TV shows, read English books, and listen to English podcasts or music. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the more natural your speech will become.
I've heard that practice is essential. How can I get more speaking practice?
You're absolutely right. Practice is key. Find a language exchange partner or join a conversation group. Speaking regularly with others will boost your confidence and fluency also. Don't hesitate to speak English with your classmates or teachers whenever you can.
I often get nervous when I have to speak in English. Any advice for overcoming this anxiety?
It's normal to feel nervous, but the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Try practicing in front of a mirror or record yourself speaking. Gradually, you'll get used to the sound of your own voice in English, which can help reduce anxiety.
What about expanding my vocabulary?
Expanding your vocabulary is essential. Make it a habit to learn new words every day and use them in your conversations. Reading books and articles in English can also help you pick up new words and phrases.
Thank you, teacher. These tips are really helpful. I'll start working on them right away.
You're welcome. Remember, improvement takes time. So be patient with yourself and keep practicing.
I'll definitely follow your advice. Speaking of which, are there any specific resources or apps you'd recommend to help me practice and learn more vocabulary?
Certainly. There are many resources and apps that can aid your learning. Duolingo and Memrise are great for vocabulary building and basic language practice. For more advanced learners, consider using Anki or Quizlet to create flashcards with new words and phrases. Also, BBC Learning English and TED Talks offer excellent content for improving your listening and speaking skills.
That's helpful. I'll check those out. Is there anything else I should keep in mind while practicing speaking?
Yes. Another important tip is to pay attention to your accent and intonation. Try to mimic native speakers as closely as you can. You can also use online resources and videos to practice specific accents if you have a preference.
What about grammar? How can I work on that while improving my speaking?
Grammar is crucial for clear communication while speaking. Don't worry too much about perfect grammar, but do pay attention to common mistakes you make and work on correcting them. Reading books and articles in English will also help you absorb correct sentence structures naturally.
I appreciate all these suggestions, teacher. It feels less overwhelming now. I'll start incorporating these tips into my daily routine.
I'm glad to hear that. Consistency is key. So make English a part of your daily life. Keep practicing, and you'll see significant improvement over time. If you ever need guidance or have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you succeed.
Thank you for your encouragement, teacher. One last thing. How can I keep track of my progress and set goals for my English speaking skills?
Setting goals and tracking your progress is an excellent way to stay motivated. Start by defining specific, measurable goals. For example, you could aim to have a 10-minute conversation in English without hesitation within a month. Then, create a study plan that outlines what you'll do each day or week to work towards that goal. As you achieve your milestones, celebrate your successes and adjust your goals accordingly.
That makes sense. I'll set some achievable goals and create a plan right away. It'll give me a sense of direction.
That's the spirit. Having a clear roadmap will keep you focused and motivated. Also, don't forget to keep a journal or record of your conversations. This will allow you to review your progress and identify areas where you can improve.
I'll start journaling my conversations from today. Thanks for the tip.
You're welcome. Remember, the journey to fluency is a rewarding one, and with dedication and practice, you'll get there. Keep working on these tips Stay persistent, and you'll see remarkable improvements in your English speaking skills.
Teacher, one more question before we finish. How can I incorporate English into my daily life more seamlessly?
That's an excellent question. Immersing yourself in English daily is a powerful way to enhance your skills. Start by changing your device settings to English, including your phone, computer, and social media accounts. This will expose you to English regularly. Additionally, consider keeping a journal in English or labeling common household items with their English names to reinforce vocabulary.
Those are practical ideas. I'll definitely try them out. Is there anything else I can do to make learning English more enjoyable?
Absolutely, learning should be fun. Try watching English language movies or TV shows with subtitles. This can help you understand the context and pronunciation better. Also, explore hobbies that involve English, such as cooking recipes from English-speaking countries or playing online games with English-speaking players.
Those suggestions sound like a lot of fun. I'll definitely give them a try to keep my learning engaging.
That's the spirit. The more you enjoy the process, the more motivated you'll be to continue improving. Remember, becoming fluent in English is a journey, and it's perfectly okay to make mistakes along the way. Each mistake is a valuable learning opportunity.
Thank you for all your advice, teacher. I feel much more confident and motivated now. I'll put in the effort and enjoy the journey towards fluency.
You're very welcome. And I'm glad to hear you're feeling confident. Keep that positive attitude. And don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need assistance or have questions. I'm here to support you throughout your English speaking journey.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job.
Where do you work?
I work for Apple.
What is your job title?
I am a business coach.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I like my job because I enjoy working with creative people.
When do you usually start work in the morning?
I start work at 8 a.m.
Who is your boss at work?
My boss is Tim Cook.
Do you think Tim Cook is a good man?
Yes, I think Tim Cook is a good man.
Do you want to work for Apple till you retire?
Yes, I want to work for Apple till I retire.
Is there anything you don't like about your job?
Yes, there are some things I don't like about my job.
What do you dislike about your job?
This job can be very stressful sometimes, but it pays well.
Would you like to start your own business someday?
No, I don't think I want to start my own business because I know nothing about running a business.
Why did you choose this career?
I chose this career because I love helping people learn.
What time do you finish work in the evening?
I finish work at 6 p.m.
Do you have a business card?
Yes, I have a business card with my contact information.
What kind of work do you do on a typical day?
I teach people and help them with their questions.
How long have you been working in your current job?
I have been working in this job for 3 years.
Where is your office located?
My office is on the 3rd floor of the Apple campus in Cupertino, California.
What's the dress code at your workplace?
The dress code at my workplace is business casual.
How do you commute to work?
I usually drive to work, but sometimes I take a taxi.
Have you ever had a part-time job?
Yes, I had a part-time job in college.
What skills are important for your job?
Patience, communication, and knowledge of the subject are important skills for my job.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
The most challenging part of my job is managing a large group of people.
What do you do during your lunch break at work?
I usually eat lunch with my colleagues and walk around Apple Park.
Are there any career development opportunities at your company?
Yes, my company offers training programs for career development.
How do you stay organized at work?
I use a planner and make to-do lists to stay organized.
What's your favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing about my job is seeing my colleagues succeed.
What do you do if you have a problem at work?
I talk to my supervisor and try to find a solution together.
When is payday at your job?
Payday is on the 15th of every month.
Have you ever had to work overtime?
Yes, sometimes I have to work late to finish tasks.
What's the company's policy on sick days?
We can take up to 5 sick days a year with pay.
What do you usually do after work?
After work, I go home, relax, and watch TV.
How many vacation days do you get per year?
I get 10 vacation days per year.
What's the biggest project you've worked on at your job?
The biggest project I've worked on was a company-wide training program.
Do you have any coworkers you consider friends?
Yes, I have a few coworkers who have become good friends.
What's your career goal for the next 5 years?
My career goal is to become a department head.
Have you ever attended a business conference?
Yes, I attend business conferences several times a week.
What's the most important thing you've learned in your job?
The most important thing I've learned is the importance of teamwork.
Do you have any workplace stress?
Yes, I have a lot of workplace stress.
How do you handle workplace stress?
I take short breaks and practice deep breathing to handle stress.
Do you have any side projects or hobbies related to your job?
Yes, I tutor MBA students in my free time.
What's the company's policy on diversity and inclusion?
The company has a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion.
What's the company culture like at your workplace?
The company culture is friendly and collaborative.
How do you communicate with your colleagues?
We communicate through email and in-person meetings.
Do you have any upcoming business trips?
Yes, I have a business trip next month.
What's the most important document you use in your job?
The most important document is the lesson plan.
How do you handle difficult clients or customers?
I listen to their concerns and try to find a solution.
What's the best piece of career advice you've received?
The best advice I've received is to always keep learning.
Have you ever had to give a presentation at work?
I give presentations to my students regularly.
What's your preferred method of communication at work?
I prefer face-to-face communication when possible.
How do you keep up with industry trends and news?
I read industry blogs and attend webinars.
What motivates you to do your best at work?
Seeing my colleagues succeed motivates me.
Do you have a mentor at work?
Yes, I have a mentor who helps me with my teaching techniques.
How do you balance work and personal life?
I set boundaries and make time for my family and hobbies.
What's the biggest challenge you've overcome in your career?
The biggest challenge.
Do you want to speak English fluently?
Yes, I want to speak English fluently.
Do you know the best way to learn English?
Yes, I know the best way to learn English.
What is your favorite way to learn English?
My favorite way to learn English is by watching English language movies.
Why do you like that method?
I like it because it's entertaining and helps me improve my listening skills.
When did you start learning English?
I started learning English 2 years ago.
Who helps you with your English studies?
My English teacher helps me with my studies.
Do you practice English every day?
Yes, I try to practice English every day because consistency is important for learning a new language.
Why do you do that?
Because I believe practicing every day helps me progress faster.
When is the best time for you to practice?
The evening is the best time for me to practice.
Who do you practice English with?
I usually practice with my English teacher.
What motivates you to learn English?
I'm motivated to learn English because it opens up many opportunities for travel and work.
Why is English important to you?
English is important because it's a global language.
When do you feel most motivated to study?
I feel most motivated to study in the morning.
Who in your life inspires you to learn English?
My older brother inspires me because he's fluent in English.
Where do you usually study English?
I usually study English in the library because it's quiet and has a lot of resources.
Why did you choose that place?
I chose it for the peaceful environment.
When is it the quietest there?
It's quietest in the late afternoon.
Who else studies with you in that place?
Sometimes my friend studies with me.
Are you taking any English classes?
Yes, I'm taking English classes because I want structured learning.
Why did you decide to take classes?
I find that classes provide a more organized way of learning.
When do your classes usually start and end?
My classes usually start at 9 a.m. and end at 11 a.m.
Who is your English teacher, and how do you like them?
You are my English teacher, and I think you are a great teacher. I really like your teaching style.
How do you improve your English pronunciation?
I improve my English pronunciation by listening to native speakers and practicing with pronunciation apps.
Why is pronunciation important to you?
Pronunciation is important to me because I want to speak clearly.
When do you practice pronunciation the most?
I practice pronunciation the most in the evening.
Who helps you with your pronunciation?
Sometimes my boyfriend helps me.
Have you ever traveled to an English-speaking country?
Yes, I traveled to the United States for a vacation.
Why did you go there?
I went there to explore new places and practice my English.
When did you visit?
I visited last summer.
Who did you meet while you were there?
I met some friendly locals who were very helpful with my English.
What English books do you enjoy reading?
I enjoy reading Harry Potter books in English because they are exciting and well written.
Why do you like those books?
They are exciting and have a captivating storyline.
When do you find time to read them?
I usually read them before bedtime.
Who recommended these books to you?
My English teacher recommended them to me.
Are you comfortable speaking English in public?
No, I'm not very comfortable speaking English in public yet because I get nervous.
Why not?
I get nervous because I'm afraid of making mistakes in front of others.
When was the last time you spoke English in public?
The last time was during a school presentation.
Who supports you when you speak in public?
My English teacher supports me and gives me helpful feedback.
What English words are challenging for you to pronounce?
I find words with th sounds challenging because they don't exist in my native language.
Why do you find these words difficult?
They're difficult because the th sound is not present in my language.
When do you practice these words?
I practice them in the morning when I'm fresh.
Who helps you with your pronunciation of these words?
My language exchange partner helps me.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, thank you.
Why are you feeling great?
I had a good night's sleep.
What did you do today?
I went to work and then visited a friend.
When did you wake up this morning?
I woke up at 7 a.m.
Where do you work?
I work for Google as an HR manager.
Are you involved in any interesting projects at the moment?
Yes, I'm involved in a very interesting project at the moment.
How long have you worked for Google?
I have worked for Google for 3 years.
What's your favorite food?
I love pizza.
Where do you usually get pizza from?
I usually order it from a pizzeria near my house.
How often do you eat pizza?
I eat pizza once a week.
What toppings do you like on your pizza?
I like pepperoni and mushrooms.
When is your birthday?
My birthday is on June 11th.
How do you celebrate your birthday?
I usually have a small party with my family and friends.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
What's your favorite birthday memory?
My favorite memory is when I got a surprise cake from my friends.
Do you like to read books?
Yes, I enjoy reading.
What kind of books do you like to read?
I like reading mystery novels.
When do you usually read?
I like to read before bedtime.
Who is your favorite author?
My favorite author is Agatha Christie.
Where did you go on your last vacation?
I went to the beach in Florida.
Who did you go with?
I went with my family.
What did you do at the beach?
We swam in the ocean and built sandcastles.
When did you go?
We went last summer.
Can you speak any other languages?